So this video is sponsored by Pionex, one of the exchanges I use all the time. It's one of the main crypto brokers to Binance, so the volume is very high. The main thing that sets them apart though is that you can use free trading bots, a variety all designed to benefit from different market behaviors, whether that's up, down or sideways. You'll get 20% off all your trading fees for life with my link in the description. And if you join the Telegram, a lot of us already use it, so if you've got questions we can try and help you out.
Hello everybody, welcome back. So we're going to think about the alt season and what might not be an alt season for a little while. So we're anticipating over the next couple of weeks that we were going to have some kind of rejection, and we still may have that. We're in an area where a rejection is possible and even actually quite likely, but we are also looking at a chart which is pretty bullish, let's face it. We've got golden crossed all the way back down here. We've got a trend signal formed over here. So if anything, this alt season that we were talking about, as we said at the beginning, is going to yield, you know, on average about a 60 to 70% gain on the altcoins if it gets going. So it was never going to be the the epic sized rally that we got over here. It was always just going to be a rejection and a way to stack some sats. Now I've sort of moved into some altcoins. So obviously I bought bought that big dip on Bitcoin at 21,500, and from the Bitcoin I bought in that trade, I rotated 10% in at the bottom of this box, another 10% in the middle, and I'll probably move another 10% at the top for what could be the rejection, and then obviously that will go back into Bitcoin when the move takes place. But if it doesn't take place, it's no big deal, I suppose. But what I was going to say is that there is other way. Let's just say that the alt season doesn't continue, that it doesn't actually kick in, and what we see is Bitcoin season continuing, rallying, and altcoins basically just meandering, because this has happened before, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about really. I spoke about it on the live stream last night, and it's something that you might want to think about. Now, in this period here, so this is November 2020 to the peak over here on the Bitcoin dominance chart in January, where the alt season kicked in and alts made loads of money. But throughout this period to this period, it's a serious rally on Bitcoin, and altcoins are just left behind. It was the epitome of Bitcoin season, I suppose you want to call it. And yeah, it was unfortunate, because anyone holding alts were like, oh, I should have just had more Bitcoin or whatever. Some people probably didn't have any Bitcoin, but you should always have sort of majority Bitcoin in your portfolio, because it's a trading pair in its own right anyway. There's nothing wrong with holding it. You can always flip it into some altcoins or whatever. But anyway, throughout this period to this period, I decided I was going to, because I actually, at the same time, I was waiting for my daughter to be born, who was born in the alt season actually. But through this period to this period, I was playing around with bots for the first time. I was thinking, let's mess around with some bots. I've heard about them. Let's give them a try. And I made videos of my progress. And I started with a humble 1,000, and somewhere along the lines around here, it ended up being about 50,000. The alt season helped that, but for the most part, throughout this boring period from here to here, altcoins were sideways and boring. They weren't really doing anything, but by being sideways, I was able to trade them with grid bots. And that's what you might think about doing right now. If we're going to be looking at boring old altcoins that aren't going to move, or if you want to pair them against each other with grid bots, then you might be able to stack up some, I don't know, BNB, KCS, ETH, just not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going to outperform. So I thought I'd just bring it back to your attention. I'm on a demo account here for Bitsgap. Bitsgap you have to pay a subscription for, but if you wanted to do bot trading for free, you can use Pionex. I've used Pionex, got videos on all of these, and I'll leave video descriptions below and in the link above my head. I'll put links to the videos anyway, so you can look at them. They both do more or less the same thing. But Bitsgap's easier to look at, so if you're looking to learn how to do bot trading, you can do it this way. So here we go. This is BNB to KCS as just a simple bot, and we could think about this range. You want to have a range of around about between 20 and 40%. So at the moment, this is a range of about 30%, and basically it's been sideways this entire time. That's just this one pair. KCS pairs would probably be a good one to have, because like I say, I expect KCS to actually get quite fashionable at some point down the line and actually kick into gear, and all that KCS that you earn as a result of bot trading will be more valuable down the line, because you basically, that's the whole point of it. in that period between November to January, I was earning about 1 to maybe as much as 3 BNBs a day, and this is when BNB was between $25 to about $40 or so. So that was what I was earning every day. I was stacking up 1 or 3 BNBs as the result of this bot trading, and then the BNB went crazy in the alt season. So all those extra BNBs that I'd earned all started to increase in value by massive amounts, and that's how I got to the $50,000 mark, really, because when the alt season began and I'd got all these BNBs that I'd stacked up when they were cheap. So if you think about it like that, that's the way that you'd want to try and play these charts. You want to look for a sideways pattern, really, for any kind of bot trade. So this is Link as well. So I think about this general vibe that we're in. We're in a 30% range again as well. For the most part, we've been in here for like 250 days, probably even longer than that. You don't want to go below the range. You can afford to go above the range. That's fine. You can put steps in. And you can put trailing up in here as well, and pump protection to stop yourself. Like I say, there's videos on how to do it. But this is just an idea for you about how you might want to think about playing this portion of the market if there is no alt season, because you can benefit greatly from there being no alt season if you play the long game with something like trading bots. And that's what I did back in 2020 into 2021. I let my Bitcoin ride, and I earned loads of BNB. And a little bit of Ethereum from the use of bot trading. So you could do it, like I say, you can do it on KuCoin on its own. You don't need to have. I think most exchanges have some form of grid trading built into them, but sometimes it's nice and easy to learn with something like Bitsgap, where it's all there for you to see. Do you know what I mean? The visual learning of it, and the fact that there's a demo is good. This is BNB to Link as well, so thinking about just this as a channel, this is a sideways and down channel that's been going on for almost a year of a 30% range. That would be a good bot to have as well. You're basically, I know most of you have done bots. All my subscribers will be well versed in bots because we've used them for a while, but your bot basically sells on the way up, buys it on the way down, and is constantly buying and selling all the time, and then on the side it's earning you, like I say, in this instance, it would be earning you BNB as a result. You could be doing it with any base and quote currency. Might all sound a little confusing, so I suggest you watch those videos that I'll leave in the description, because at the moment there's not really any signs of relief on alts right now. And we were looking at the alts individually last night on the live stream, and none of them, and especially the big brother Ethereum to Bitcoin, hasn't actually got any signs of reprieve either. The daily has not yet printed any divergence. The 4-hourly, from what I remember, did have some, but it's not enough to suggest that we're going to perk ourselves up. At best, you could look for a retest of the 200 simple moving average or 200 exponential moving average on the 4-hourly. A death cross retest is all it would be. So for the moment, alts don't actually look like they want to do anything based on their own charts, and it's only that simple rejection area within here that we were hoping for, like what we got over here when we did that alt season in the bear market. This time around it's not quite the same, although I'm happy to continue to rotate as we go up towards 48 and maybe up to 50 to 52, but it doesn't look like it's ready to start working anytime soon. But again, give it another couple of weeks. I'm not going to bail out of those alt positions. It's all fine. It's all part of the Bitcoin that I bought in that dip. So really, it's like I've got a good deal on what I bought. If that makes sense. I bought the Bitcoin on this dip here, and obviously rotated from around these levels. So I got a good deal on the altcoins, but it is only 20% of the Bitcoin I bought here. But I'll keep doing that. I'll keep rotating that portion of Bitcoin into altcoins, and currently I'm 20% in, and I'll go as max as 50. I reckon 50% of the Bitcoin that I bought around here will go into altcoins on the way up. So it's just something for you to think about. Like I say, I urge you to watch those videos. I'll leave them floating above my head or in the video description for you to watch. And I'm just going to leave it with you there. It's definitely something worth thinking about, because if you happen to play the long game, and the long game, maybe being a 2 or a 3 month period of sideways choppy action, you can stack KCS, Ethereum, BNB, whatever the quote currency is that you've chosen, while Bitcoin continues with this run. And then when the alt season finally does kick in, all the bot profit that you've earned throughout the period will obviously increase in value. Like I say, I did. It's all there for you to see. I got the 1,000 to 50,000 in about 4 months. In a similar, what looks like a similar kind of environment to what we're looking at right now. So it's happened before. It might be a similar scenario at the moment that we'll be looking at. So if you can play that long game with the use of trading bots, you might end up, winning quite dramatically throughout this period. I'm going to set up some of these, I think, myself, and I've got a Discord where I show my bots. And I started one of these. I started a small bot journey in the bear market and started again with $1,000. I said it's going to be a bit more of a long haul. I've got to be a little bit clever about it, but it's over $4,000 now that I've managed to do it with, and that was starting from the bear market. So I'll do it again, and we'll track the progress and see if we can make our way to 50,000 by the end of this year. I think it's reasonable to assume that we can do something like that. So again, achieving that 1,000 to 50,000, not that I'm setting myself a target, it's just that I'm aware of the process. I've done it before. It looks like a similar kind of setup to me right now, that alts are going to be sideways and choppy, which is perfect for this kind of thing. And then you just earn your KCS, which is what I'll be doing in this instance. KCS being my primary quote currency, but maybe some Ethereum pairs as well, and allow for the process to fulfill somewhere down the line, whether we move up to 50% dominant, 60% dominant, wherever, and then you get that rejection and all that bot profit that you've earned throughout that period basically becomes your best friend. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. It's just food for thought. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.